had not set this up. We had just reached out to Josh about being on the show. And after we confirmed with him, he reached out to me and said, hey, could we bring Tyler on? And I was like, I don't see why not. That seems like it'd be a lot of fun. So
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
a surprise for me too.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. He mentioned it to me one night sitting. I mean, we both work at Reggie's, so we were up there, and he mentioned it to me, and I was like, yeah, definitely. You know, why not? Like, we all have a lot of stake in this show. You know, Josh is doing all the work, but I'm just it's fun to just get there and play, you know, and shit, not have
So
to deal with that.
let's talk a little bit about your history in the scene and your history as a drummer. Because some people might not be familiar with who you are or what all you've done. So let's talk about that. What got you into the scene and how old were you?
Oh, I don't know. I was probably like 13 or something, and started listening to music that, you know, had a couple buddies listening to like all kinds of little popular punk stuff, sort of, and then we started our own little band, and I mean, we played. I think I was just saying, I was talking to some buddies from some old friends, and we played. We like booked our own little show in my mom's basement, and it had like three punk bands in there, and it was an epic show for like that whole little town's like kind of scene at that time, like. So it was really cool because we were all like 13, 14 years old and just did this weird little show. And since then, we've all been, you know, everybody I know is in a bunch of bands and books a bunch of shit. And you know, so I played around here in a ton of bands, Capones, Jetbirds, Boston Thieves was one of them. There was a bunch, and then I work at Reggie's too, so I was booking some stuff there, and booked. I think I booked a Virus show, and then we were all at the after the show, we were trying to get them like an after party thing. That all kind of fell through, and then a few months later, they like posted something online about needing a drummer, and I was just like, I could try it out, you know, and went out there and started playing with them, and it's been, I don't know, fucking 5, 6 years already. I think it was, yeah, I think we're going on 5, 6 years now playing with them, so it's been pretty cool, you know, and it's been, I was always a fan of them, so it's been awesome to get to like join up with those guys. They're great dudes. It's fun to play like, you know, all these shows with them and stuff.
I
Yeah.
read somewhere online that when they were looking for a new drummer, they had kind of open submissions. Is that true?
I think they posted, from what I recall, they posted something online, like Facebook or something. It was just like, need a drummer that can tour and shit like that. And working at Reggie's is a really flexible place to work when it comes to getting time off. Our boss loves music and loves bands, so he's super cool with giving us as much time off as we need to go tour or practice or play shows or whatever. And a lot of the people that work there too are in a bunch of great bands too. So it's an awesome spot because, but yeah, they did basically do like an open. I think it was somewhat open, I guess. And you know, it wasn't really. I just was like messaged them up like, hey, I'll come out, and they were like, you know, come next Friday or whatever. So I drove from Chicago. They're all in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So I drove out there and we jammed one day, and I went back a couple weeks later. And I think they actually never really told me I'm in the band, but I'm pretty sure. Like I don't remember any "hey, you're in" kind of deal, but we just kind of kept on meeting up, so it worked out, you know.
So did you already have songs rehearsed before you went out there, or did you just show up and they said, hey, can you play this? Can you play that?
Well, I had a little time to get ready, so I was like playing. I was just basically, I already knew all the songs, but I was running through them all and really learning the drums of it, and it's getting a little faster because my bands before that, one of the bands I was in right before that was Jetbirds, and it was a little slower, I guess. It's kind of that was like it was the Max from Street Brats started up a new band with me and a couple buddies, and so Jetbirds was more like Street Brats speed, which is like kind of a pop rock, whatever, punk stuff. And then so I had to like speed up, and that took a little bit of time, you know. And then so I learned a bunch of their stuff, like got it good, and then we just went and we played for a few hours straight, and just like, and then I think we even on the first day, I think they were like, well, let's run through some new stuff. So we started kind of they already had a bunch of new stuff like kind of demoed out. So that helped too a lot because we were like, I could see where they wanted to go with it too, you know? So it was cool. It's a good time.
You mentioned that obviously you guys live in different areas of the country. So have you guys utilized technology at all to rehearse or work on new material together?
Yeah, we always, we got like the group text message and stuff, and we have like a Dropbox and stuff like that. And so everything new that we do, we're like recording on a phone, and it's basic, but it comes out good enough to listen to later and rewrite or learn more shit. And in the beginning when we recorded like the System Failure record, we had a lot of files going back and forth and constantly like tweaking stuff and like that. And then in the actual recording of it too, it was like every time we went, we'd have an updated, version of it. So we were constantly all sending those around and stuff. And it was really cool, It was a good way to, it does help in that sense, because I can't imagine the guys who were doing it in the mail, basically, probably like 20, 30 years ago, just mailing each other shit to do that. Like that'd be a whole different deal, a lot more waiting.
Yeah, early 2000s, when a lot of these bands were popping up, if you wanted to be in a band with somebody, you had to be in the same room with them.
Right, yeah. Otherwise, pretty impossible,
Right. So
yeah.
do you have your own recording set up at your home?
I don't really have a recording setup. I pretty much just use the phone, and it actually works out pretty good where I play my drums in my garage, so I just set the phone at a certain, like I've tried it out in a million different spots, and I found one area where it sounds good when I record it, so I can kind of do that. But we don't really get that in depth with it. We're just we'll record demos when we're all together, and then send them into the group, and then we can all listen to them later and work on them next time and whatever, because we get together, try for more often. It's not often enough, but we try like at least once a month or something, So, and when we were writing, it was like every other week for a while. So, but we're all busy and got jobs and stuff too. So.
And what about during, everything with the pandemic? Like, were all of you guys on lockdown and not able to rehearse, or did you still get together and work on new stuff, or what was that like for you guys?
Oh, what do you mean? Just like hanging out instead of like practicing?
Yeah, like, or was there like a big pause on your plans as a result of the pandemic? Did you guys have to stop getting together?
Oh yeah, we pretty much like, we had a couple shows booked for 2020 that we ended up like obviously pushing and then pushing in again and stuff. But so we did go a while without seeing each other just because nobody was really doing anything, and we just kind of were like, I think it was an okay break, but I definitely got a little stir crazy and bored with sitting at home and stuff like that, So we did get together probably in summer, I think 2021. We went almost like a year without probably even most of us ever seeing each other, I think,
Well, it seems like you guys are coming back strong this year. I mean, obviously this festival this weekend, but you guys have also announced some dates with The Exploited, and you've got CY Fest later this year. So
yeah,
looks like there's a lot of good things on the horizon as far as performances are concerned. But what about new music? Are you guys planning to also release some new music this year or maybe next year?
I'm not really sure what the plan is. I mean, we're writing stuff kind of all the time, but I think what we're going to probably do is get a whole bunch of stuff demoed out and then just go from there. So I don't know when we'll be doing anything like release-wise, but, we do have we have some of our old copies of stuff we're going to be selling at the fest. We got System Failure, and then we have a split with Tulsa Doom. So we're going to be, having some of that. So there's a couple good songs on there, but yeah, new stuff. I'm not really sure what the plan is. We're working on it. It's a process.
Of course, man. That's just how it goes being in a band. It's always a work in progress. Let's talk a little bit about Street Brats, because you're doing double duty for this festival. You're playing both nights, right?
Yeah. I'm playing. It's gonna be Friday night with Virus and Saturday night playing with Street Brats. They're like the Chicago early 2000s punk band. Good stuff. I've always, again, another band I was always listening to when I was younger. And then I got in Jetbirds with Max, and then Street Brats kind of came back a little bit. So it all kind of worked out, and it's pretty cool. You know, it's fun to play these songs that I know and been listening to forever, you know. So,
how has the preparation for this been for
what's
you?
that?
How has the preparation been for you with this? Because, you know, once the Unseen canceled and the Street Brats were announced, I'm sure you had to make a lot of adjustments in your schedule. Was that stressful?
Yeah, I mean, no, we just pretty much, Street Brats stuff, we've all been, the way we've been playing is kind of probably once or twice a year for the last like 3 or 4 years. And so I think we dialed in like the way once we confirmed the show with Josh, we just started practicing like once a week. So we're just hammering out the set and doing it like, you know, hours and hours each, one day a week. And then we're all practicing at home on our own. And for me, it's not too much big of a difference because I just added that on to what I'm already doing. And it's all stuff that's so easy. It's like muscle memory, you know, it just comes right back. So it's fun.
Awesome, man. Well, what else are you looking forward to this year that maybe, you know, hasn't been announced yet, or maybe something in your personal life that you're really looking forward to?
Oh, I don't know. You know, pretty much I'm really looking forward to the time we're going to be having with some of these virus shows. You know, it's going to be really fun. That CY Fest in LA is put on by like Nacho, who's in Corrupted Youth, is actually playing at the fest. Was that Friday night, I believe? Yeah. So that's going to be sick. Really, every time we go to LA, it's a great time. And, you know, obviously the Exploited show is going to be crazy. That's in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's going to be insane, like real cool. I've never seen Exploited, obviously, so it's going to be pretty great. And yeah, I mean, shows are going to be fun. Hopefully getting to, you know, get out and just have some good times with the guys, you know?
Yeah, man. The Exploited is one of my bucket list bands to play with. And we actually had a show booked with them in San Diego years ago. I think it was 2003. And on our way down to the show, our van got a flat, and we were like, oh, man, we're not going to make our set. And then we got word that a riot had broken out at the show, and it was canceled. So it wouldn't have mattered whether we had made it there or not. It got canceled.
Oh, damn.
So it was kind of like a dream killer of a moment. But, you know, maybe at some other point in the future, that'll work out. You know, it's amazing that the Exploited are still going strong.
Yeah, it is crazy. And it looks like I think they're doing a big little tour in Europe too, and then just popping right over here to come and, you know, that's just, got to give them props for that. You know, it's crazy.
Absolutely. Well, hey, man, I want to thank you again for taking the time out of your day to be our mystery guest.
Definitely, man. It's been a pleasure, you know. And yeah, I'm definitely just I think everybody, like you said at the beginning, I'm hoping everybody comes out super early. You know, everybody's gonna be there all day. The bands are like gonna be there hanging out. You know, everybody's got merch and the sets start. You know, and there's not a single band you want to miss. You know, I think it's gonna be a really good time. Friday and Saturday, I'm geared up for a busy weekend here. It's gonna be fun though. So, you know, we're definitely gonna have a good time.
And you guys have birthday celebration plans for this evening, so I'm sure you guys are going to have a great time with that. So you guys enjoy it and be safe out there, man.
Yeah, definitely. You too, man. Yeah, tonight we're doing Josh's party thing, and that's going to be a crazy one. Like tomorrow for me is all day practice, both bands, and then because the guys are getting in tomorrow, so we're going to hang out and practice. It's going to be a busy weekend, but it's going to be real fun, you know?
Awesome.
Solid time.
Well,
so
hey,
thanks for having me too.
Of course. And before I let you guys go, this is just a technical thing because we're not hosting it because of the issues we had earlier. Whenever this live stream ends, Instagram will ask you if you want to share the video. So go ahead and do that. But it should also ask you if you want to archive the video. Make sure that it's archived. That way we can have it saved and still post it to our YouTube channel tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Get it in there.
Awesome,
man.
Well,
well, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
of course. Thanks for being my guest, and you guys enjoy the birthday celebrations this evening, and of course the festival. Stay safe, and for all of you that are listening and watching, if you're attending the festival, make sure you pick up some merchandise, support all these bands, local and headliners, and join us next week on Punk Rock Talk when our guests are going to be Chicago locals Noxious. These guys.
Oh, Noxious.
Yeah,
These
guys.
Yeah.
Junior.
These guys are.
You gotta get a Citizen in the Decade on sometime too.
Yeah, I would love to have those guys.
Definitely.
If you're not familiar with Noxious yet, check them out on Spotify. They just
Thank you for having me, dude. I'm gonna head to work now.
All right. They just got songs up on Spotify, and we'll be updating our Rebellion Noise 2022 playlist next week with their songs, and we'll have a deep dive with those guys about them and the Chicago punk scene. So we're just going to keep it going for what I have learned is now known as Arson City. So until then, this has been Punk Rock Talk. Thanks again to my guests, Joshy P and Tyler Capone. We'll see you guys next time. And this is the virus to play us out.